Hello everyone, welcome to episode 35 of our Pure Logic playthrough of the Artisan of Glimmith. We've solved 312 puzzles so far. We are in the match section, and we've definitely been struggling with these puzzles, both in the execution of them and in the explanation of how to resolve the logic. Let's see if that continues here, if we're able to pierce through the veil of the logic. And or does it continue? Do you continue to watch us struggle? And thanks for the kind words of support, folks. I am recording these way in advance, so as you guys are making comments, I can't respond to them, but I know there's been a lot of discussion around this. All right, we have rose windows and we have match. So 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes are what we're going to have to do. And let's just start with this guy right here. And I'm going to start with this guy right here. What we can say, there is no shape behind this. So this has to take all of this, which means that every one of the 4 shapes will have this kind of ring. So I believe we can just start with this as good logic. And by the way, I would like to have more colors besides just blue and orange. More colors. All right. Now, this is a good start. Now, we're going to have to, all of these regions will have to reach into the middle. How do I know that? Because there is a circle in the middle. So if one of the regions reaches into the middle, all of them have to reach into the middle. Now, the question is going to be, I'm going to look at these two here. They have no shapes at all. Where are they going to get their shape? So, and there's 4 of them. There's 4 different, there's four instances of each shape. So for example, this one already has its blue square. This has its blue square. This one and this one both need a blue square. So it's going to end up being something like this or like this. You know, there could be some wiggles to it, but the idea being that they will have to do a reach around. And if we do it this way, then that would force this one to do it this way. If we do it this way, we force it to go this way. When I'm looking at how does this isolate the other shapes, and I think this one is a problem. Now, I don't know it's exactly this shape. It could do something like this. It can, but what I'm looking at is it's going to cut the board in half. And half of the shapes are on one side, half of the shapes are on the other side. And the problem is it a problem? This one would have to use this red. So if we just continued the logic here, this one would have to grab that red. So we would do this. This one still needs a red. I'm sorry. This right here already fails. As soon as we do the reach around this way, it fails. That was the logic piece here. If each shape is grabbing to the middle going clockwise, then this one will grab a second red. Now we could try to eliminate that by doing a loop around whatever, but no matter what, this one will have a red. So it does not grab the center here. So that's going to force us to go around this direction. And I'm leaving these in, but essentially I could do something like this to just say we're reaching around to the right or clockwise. We're going clockwise to show which one goes where. So as soon as this one has this one, it doesn't have this one. So this does have to extend. This one does not get that one. All right, so that's we have the hard logic there. This has to get here. It cannot, it's going to have to take this triangle. If it takes this triangle, it cannot get here. So this is forced to be that path. So let's just go ahead. This is a forced path. This one will need a red. So it's going to grab. This will grab its red. And this will grab. This does not get a triangle. So this is done. So this is done. So that is done. Wait, hold on a second. This is done. This is done. This is blue. That is done. This is done. And that's done. Okay, this one still needs a yellow, so it's going to grab that yellow. So this will grab that way. That'll grab this way. That'll grab that way. And this one needs a yellow, so it'll grab here, 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 here. I feel like we solved that one pretty logically. I feel pretty good about that. Going through that one. Much better than some of our other puzzles so far. All right, looking around. I think are we up to the 5s? 5 and 6 here. All right, 3 regions. Each region is 14 long. And they all go through here. All right. Let's start with which pieces have to go where. For example, this right here. Can this go with any other region? I mean, no matter what, this is just obviously bunk. This has to go with this region. I think we can. I mean, the same things here true. There's no way this is coming out. These go here. Now, looking at it, this looks like a mirror image of this. That's what this looks like. Now, the question is, can we do a mirror image like that? I don't think so. I'm not saying definitively, but because this can't extend anymore, then this couldn't extend. This would be dead area. So I don't think if this one is the same region, and I'm not sure it is, it doesn't grow the same way. Could this be a region starting out, something like that? And then this extended, this extended. We're still in dead zone here. These are mirror images, but as soon as one of these grow, the other one cannot be the same shape. So again, this is not a reflection of this. Now I need to verify, can this actually be part of a separate region? Like, could we do something like this? I mean, as soon as you do, it takes... Going around the edges is very constrained. You cannot go around the edges without, like if this is part of this region, you have to take all of it. Now, this stair step like this cannot be the stair step for this. It's not offset enough. Could it be the stair step for this one? I'm just making a stair step, and I don't think it can. So that leads me to believe that this edge, this part of the shape would be up here maybe? Like reproduce it like this? Like this corner is this piece. And I don't know how you do that. Maybe this extends, that extends. This could come down and take all that. This could come down and take all that. Now we're dead-ended here. So we'll take this out and this out. But we're getting close here. Maybe we take one more. How is this looking? This, that may be the wrong way to go. Because I'm thinking like, okay, this goes here, up and over and out. No, that's not quite right. And I can't take... If I take this out, I have to take that out. And this, take this, and then come up here like that and be this shape. This is 11, this is 11. So if that grows, that grows. Where this would have to go in, this would have to go in. This would go out, this go out. And that's the shape. That's the solution. That is the solution. I think the key here is recognizing that and that work together, and then giving and taking what could go where, and then making sure that how this can grow and how this can grow. Again, I don't feel like I can articulate these solutions. These are the solutions. We're finding the solution. By the way, we did get gold here. But I can't articulate. I feel like I don't have the ability to... Oh, there's a hidden puzzle back here. The ability to reveal what's hiding underneath the layer. All right, so we have match and we have precision. So all the regions are 4. There's going to be 6 regions. We know that it will... Well, let's just start what it can't be. Can it be a 4 length piece? No, that's not going to work. So that is not the shape. Let's look at, could it be a T? I don't think T is available. We could do here. We could do here. We could do here. But here's where we run into problems. Right? This gets into no man's land. And I don't think it makes a difference. I think this is just even worse. Because what do you do up here? It's already dead. So T is not looking like the thing. Let's look at S. That S, that's a no-go. What about this S? And that's a no-go. S's are not looking at. What about L's? Could we do L's? We're getting into a trouble here. Yeah, L is problematic. What about if I go down this way? Do something like that. That. I'm getting in trouble here. So I could do something like that. Like that. I'm getting in trouble here. L's are the best we've got so far, but the spacing of them are not ideal. And they don't handle... Like if I don't do that, I'd end up like with something like this. No, that doesn't work. So I's gone. T, I didn't try that kind of a T. That's it. It's the T's. To prove this is that it has to be these. We would essentially have to go through all the shapes like we did. Look at all the regs. Squares, 2x2s, impossible with that. 1x4s, impossible. So that leaves us with the STs and Ls. The geometry just doesn't work. All right. Are we up to levels number 6 here? Are we going to be able to beat this number 6? Oh my goodness, folks. 168 cells. They all have to be the same shape. How many of these do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 into 168 is 24. It's 6. 20. No. 24. Why can't I do division? Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. 24 times 7. Each one's 7 long. 24 times 7 is 168. Need to work on my math skills, folks. All right, 7. So each one is 7 long. That gives us a little bit of work here. So let's look at this right here. Which region is this a part of? And the answer, it has to be this guy. So we know we have every region has to have a square. Every region must have a square. So this guy right here must connect to a square. Where's this region square going to be? Well, it's not going to be going down. So I'm going to claim it's in here somewhere. Now it could be somewhere like this. It could be somewhere like this, but there is a square in here. It could even be here. There is a square that connects to that one. We need 3 extra. So it could be a shape like this. Could be a shape like that. It's not a shape like this because we see that some of the shapes have a little pocket in there. So it could be something like that. What it isn't is that. It's not a super long P. It could be like a Roman, like a 6. That doesn't work here. But it could also be like that. You know, something like that. That shape. I mean, that feels like, nah, that doesn't work on this one. So right here, this one would need to be like this. Like a little W coming out of the edge. What does that mean over here? We do something like that. That matches that shape, but now this one does not have the ability to be that shape. What about if we do it? I'm looking. Oh, so maybe okay. Oh, maybe it's like this for this one. Yeah, that could work. So maybe it is this Q, this weird Q. This weird Q is feeling good. What about here? This one would have to maybe go like that. This one comes up like this. This is feeling, I think we found our shape. This one comes up maybe. Yeah, this one comes this way. This one comes this way. All right, let's keep working with this. This shape here extends out. This one comes. I'm just looking like for different. Oh, so that doesn't work. This would have to come up this way. This comes up like this. This comes out like this. This one can't go down. It comes up. This one comes out. This is going to come up this way. This one's going to come out this way. This one's going to come out that way. This one's going to come out this way. So if I do it this way, that's going to break. It doesn't have a thing here. Yeah, so okay. So I feel like this is the right shape. I was being a little loose with just putting shapes in. I think we're going to have to be a little bit more rigid on this. So I'm going to back way up. I think this is our shape though. This is the shape. It fits everywhere. It's now just getting the right orientation here without us just willy-nilly going and putting shapes in. Okay. So with that shape, we can start with this. These here are feel pretty good now. Now this one, it cannot go up. It cannot go down. It could go out, but that breaks down here. Let's see up here. This, if this was the tail like that, then this is broken in here. This one can go out like that. Like that. But that doesn't work. I think this one feels pretty forced here. Because if it, okay, let's say like this comes down like that. So that's a G type instead of the Q. It doesn't. So if we go around this way, I mean, that forces that one out that way. This one here, let's see, could this be there? I don't think that works in any, I don't think there's a way that this can be. It can't grow that direction. So it's either that. Which then how's there a shape here? That doesn't work. So it makes it like that. Yeah. This one, yeah, this one's gonna have to take all of that. This could be like this. Yeah, that could work. It could be, nope, it can't be that. It could be, it can't be this. It can't be this because this one would orphan. And no matter how I do it, we orphan here. So this is going to be the direction we have to do it, like that. And then this comes out. Similar here, we could do something like this, but that does not pick up any of the circles. This feels much more, it's going to have to go that direction. But what other options do we have yeah, because this, where does this get its circle? The answer is, I think it has to get it there. Yeah, this, and this orphans. So that's going to be that one. This is going to have to be a tail. There's just no way to get this to not be a tail like that. This also is a tail. When we see little one sticking out like this, this is an interesting spot here. It feels like this comes down like that, which would force this down here like that. Because what we have to do is, it has to be part like either this or like this. If we go this one, this can't grow and grab that, so that doesn't work. So it is going to be this. This grows that way, and this grows this way. Okay. I think this is going to be forced down here. Otherwise, it's not going to pick anything up. We could go that like that though. I mean, it's this one. If I do this, what's that doing here? I've got this has to take that. This has to take that. This has to take that. I think all of that is pretty forced. So this could be this way or that way. That creates an orphan. So I think we have to do it this way. This could have gone that way, but because of it's going to go this way. This can't go up, so it goes over. This has to go over. This one, yeah, it's not, it could do this. That's fine. But that puts pressure on this one, because this now would have to come out this way. And this one, so that does not work. We can't do that. If we come down, then that push this one out. This one can go either direction. This one still comes down, and then this one comes down. I feel that was pretty. I think that was pretty logically. There may have been places in there that I guessed that I didn't realize I was guessing. I was trying to do it based on where it had to go. But these are hard to see. That did I just get lucky? It's possible I just got lucky. I hope not. I hope that what I was doing was forced. But these puzzles are, I find these puzzles very difficult to prove. With this, I think we found the shape. The shape was, I feel like the logical piece of getting the shape was pretty clear, because just looking at different constraints, it had to have, you know, like a bend in it. It had to have a square in it. Once you get certain components, then it's just combining them together to say, okay, how do we get this where we can get a shape? So I feel comfortable saying that we found the shape pretty logically. Then it's just a question of arranging the shapes throughout to fit in there. And folks, I'm looking around real quick. I do not see any little shining lights saying I missed something. Let me zoom in down here. Take a look around. There is a puzzle back there, but I think I already got that one. Yeah, we already got. This is the trickster one. Yeah, I remember you. I remember you tricksters. All right. So we will move on, and next time, are we going up here into this region? I think we go back. I think we double back and we go this direction. I think that's where we go. Anyways, folks, this is going to wrap up this episode. Let me know what you thought of it. I think there's lots of things you guys can point out. Again, I won't see these comments for quite a while because I'm so far ahead, but just know we'll probably all be saying the same thing once you guys get to see this. Take care, everyone. Like, subscribe, help support. I do appreciate all the support so far. Take care. Bye-bye.